I've always ridden bikes, you know, even living in Duluth on this humongous hill. The first time I painted a bicycle was because I thought it was an exercise, because they are really complicated, and I thought, you know, if I can paint a bike like well, you know, I will probably be a good painter. I kind of thought that.
We saw Adam and we saw just the excitement and passion in his work. I mean, you can see it when you look at it. It's just vibrating. I mean, the brush strokes themselves are vibrating, and so it has just this energy that calls to you and sort of gets you going.
For me, it's just having a lot of different things to work on. You know, if I was just working on this and just one painting and trying to make it a perfect painting, I would definitely feel very constricted. That's, I think, how I stay free. I have all kinds of different paintings that I like to do. Yeah, it's like, see, you can almost just never stop. I mean, I really like blurring the edges of all the lines, and that's one thing that I can get really caught up in, sort of, you know, like just going back in here and back and forth, and, you know, almost sort of make it look a little blurry even when you're just looking at it with open eyes. I mostly am just painting for myself. I feel like this is the thing that I'm best at. If I want to do something, you know, kind of with my life in general even, I think this is it. I love it. I love painting, and so I think my ideas are pretty good, and they're not groundbreaking or anything, but they're ideas, and I have a lot of them, and that's why I paint. And, you know, now with, you know, my son, and, you know, it's nice to think that I make something that, you know, he might think is cool someday. Hey, Jasper. I like pairing, you know, animals together that maybe normally aren't together. I feel like it kind of makes people look twice at the painting. You know, if it was just a picture of a goat in a pasture, or a blue heron, or people might just think, oh, that's a nice scene, and then not really give it much thought. But as soon as you put a couple animals in, there's more connections that people can make.
It's really nice when an artwork doesn't necessarily spell out the narrative for you, but it introduces the players in that narrative and then lets you create this wonderful imaginative story behind it.
Things like this, I think there are a million meanings people could take from it. It could just be a nice, like, oh, you know, my grandma had a goat and it looked exactly like that, and I loved him, and so I want this in my house or something. And that's great, you know. I grew up with a goat, and I love that goat too. I would just like for people to be thoughtful and to look at my paintings, or look at anything, and like take some time and think about it.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, and by viewers like you.